All right, so ready to ditch the sunscreen. We're diving into something a little different for this deep dive.
Oh, yeah.
We're heading to Barcelona, but maybe not the Barcelona you're thinking of.
Oh,
Forget those summer crowds. We're talking autumn and winter in Barcelona.
all right. Love it.
Yeah, we're going deep with this one, using your personalized guide to experiencing Barcelona like a local, even when it's, a little chillier.
Very cool.
So, ready to trade that sangria for some spiced cider?
Mhm.
Maybe.
I'm in. Let's go.
And discover a whole new side to this city.
All right. So most people, when they think Barcelona, they're thinking summer sun, right?
Right.
But what they don't realize is that the city, it really comes alive in autumn and winter. Different energy altogether.
Yeah, that guide even mentioned something about like the temperatures staying really pleasant well into autumn,
Yeah.
which would be perfect for exploring, right? You can just kind of stroll around and not worry about
Yeah.
like breaking a sweat every 5 seconds.
Oh, absolutely. And picture this, right? You're wandering through those narrow streets, those little winding alleys. But here's the thing, less crowded.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You can actually take it all in, the architecture, the details, those little hidden courtyards, and that cooler air. It just adds to the atmosphere. It's cozy, intimate even.
Makes it feel like you've got the place to yourself a bit more.
Exactly.
Okay, but this guide isn't just about like slowing down and enjoying the pace. There's some pretty exciting stuff happening too,
Yeah.
especially for, a certain football fan, am I right?
Yeah, you know me too well, and let me tell you, this guide does not disappoint. We're talking key matches all throughout November, December. Just imagine being right there in the heart of it all. The atmosphere, the energy, the roar of the crowd when their team scores.
Oh man, you're making me want to book a ticket right now. Is there like one match that really stands out?
December 15th. Write that down because it's Derby Day.
Ah.
Barcelona versus their rivals. And trust me, this isn't just any other game, all right? This is a battle for the soul of the city. The passion is through the roof.
I bet. Okay, so football aside, I noticed the guide also mentioned something about a flamenco festival, and I gotta admit, I'm a little curious. I don't really know that much about flamenco. What is it exactly?
So flamenco, it's more than just music or dance. Think of it as the soul of Andalusia. It's raw emotion. That rhythmic clapping, the intricate footwork, and the music. Hauntingly beautiful melodies. It really draws you in.
It sounds like something you really have to see and hear in person to get the full effect.
Absolutely. It's about experiencing the culture, not just reading about it.
And this festival sounds like the perfect opportunity. They have workshops and talks, along with the performances, right?
Exactly. So you can learn about the history, the different styles. You can even try a few steps yourself.
Okay, flamenco experience is officially going on my list. Now, I can't let you go without talking about something else that caught my eye in this guide. Christmas markets.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm a sucker for those festive vibes.
Ah, you and me both. And Barcelona, they really know how to do Christmas markets, right?
Oh, yeah.
Picture this. You're walking down these narrow streets. They're all lit up with twinkling lights. And the smells, roasted chestnuts, cinnamon, just fills the air. And of course, you've got stalls everywhere with all sorts of local crafts and treats. It's pure magic.
It sounds amazing, and a great opportunity to find some really unique gifts, too.
Exactly. And don't forget about the mulled wine. You got to grab a cup of that while you're browsing the stalls. It's all part of the experience.
Okay, mulled wine and Christmas shopping in Barcelona, I am sold. Now, we've just scratched the surface here, right?
Oh, yeah. We've got a lot more to unpack here. Light festivals, New Year's celebrations, unlike anything you've seen.
This is true.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we keep going, what stood out to you so far?
Yeah.
What has you most excited about experiencing Barcelona in autumn or winter?
Okay, so we're back. Ready to dive even deeper into this whole autumn and winter Barcelona thing. And you know me, I'm always drawn to those really visually stunning experiences.
Oh, for sure.
And speaking of which, this guide mentions a light festival.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever?
It's magical.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. So imagine, right, walking through Barcelona's Gothic quarter, but it's all lit up with these incredible light installations.
Wow.
Transforms the city completely.
I bet with all that amazing architecture as a backdrop.
Oh, it's breathtaking.
That sounds incredible. I can just imagine the photos you could get.
Oh, yeah, photographer's dream.
Okay, light festival, definitely going on the list. So mesmerizing light displays aside, are there any traditional holidays or events we should know about?
Well, the guide does mention the national holiday, October 12th. It's basically Spain's national day.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
The guide actually suggests that For the really authentic experience, you
Right.
might want to head outside of Barcelona.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I just figured, Barcelona, big city, that's where the action would be.
You'd think, right, but think about it. This is a holiday rooted in Spanish history and tradition, and while Barcelona, they observe it the most, how do I put it, the most vibrant celebrations, those are happening in the capital.
In Madrid.
Exactly. Grand parades, citywide festivities, it's a whole thing.
So it's about, like, experiencing the holiday at its most traditional, even if it means going a little off the beaten path.
Exactly.
I like it. Although I can also see how some people, they might prefer something a little, I don't know, a little less hectic.
Oh, for sure. And the guide actually addresses that too. If, a bustling capital city isn't really your scene, they suggest checking out some of the towns surrounding Barcelona.
Okay. Yeah.
They have their own local festivals and celebrations, a bit more low-key.
I love that. Options. Caters to whatever kind of experience you're looking for.
Exactly. And speaking of experiences, we can't forget about New Year's Eve.
Oh, that's right. Any suggestions for ringing in the new year, Barcelona style?
So instead of that, typical Times Square ball drop,
Yeah.
picture this. You're overlooking Barcelona's harbor as the fireworks light up the sky.
Now that's a way to say goodbye to the old year. You've got the city lights reflecting on the water, the sound of the crowd, the fireworks overhead. Wow. Okay, so we've covered some amazing events, but now I'm curious about, like, the practical side of things. Does this guy offer any tips for navigating Barcelona in, the cooler months?
Absolutely. Layering your clothing is key. The guide stresses that.
Oh, good point.
Temperatures can be unpredictable, so pack those light sweaters, but make sure you've got a warm jacket too, just in case.
Good advice. Especially for someone like me. I get cold so easily.
And I imagine booking accommodations and tours in advance. That's always a good idea, even if it's not peak season.
Yeah, for sure. I'd imagine things book up, especially for, like, the popular stuff.
You got it. Now, beyond the practicalities, right, this guide also has some great insights into how to really experience Barcelona like a local, which is what it's all about, right?
Totally.
Yep.
It's not just about checking things off a list. It's about, immersing yourself.
Exactly. And one of the things the guide recommends is catching a local football match.
Oh, that's all right.
And remember how we were talking about that December 15th derby?
Yeah, so intense.
Well, if that's not really your scene, the guide suggests seeking out a local team that's playing at a smaller venue.
Okay, yeah. I bet that would be a completely different vibe.
Night and day, more intimate, you can really connect with the local fans, really get a feel for the city's passion for football.
I love that. Okay, what else did this guide highlight for, experiencing the authentic Barcelona?
One word, markets.
Oh,
And not just any markets.
okay.
The guide specifically calls out Barcelona's food markets. Picture this. You're walking through, and there are stalls everywhere overflowing with, like, fresh produce. You've got local cheeses, cured meats, regional specialties.
I can almost smell it.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the food, right? It's about soaking up the atmosphere, the energy.
Exactly. It's a feast for the senses. And, of course, the perfect opportunity to try some authentic Catalan cuisine.
I know, that's right. We were talking about some of those traditional dishes earlier.
Exactly. So, you could warm up with a hearty bowl of escudella,
Yeah, yeah.
or maybe a refreshing escusada salad.
Ooh, yes. Okay, you've convinced me. Food market adventure. It's on the list. This deep dive is making me crave, like, not just the sights and sounds of Barcelona, but all the tastes, too.
Mm.
Okay, so we've uncovered some really, really cool stuff, from the energy of a football match to the charm of a local market. But this guide, it has this little section of additional recommendations, and I'm kind of dying to dig into it. I feel like this is where we find those real hidden gems.
Oh, I hear you. Lay it on me. What treasures did we miss?
Well, one that caught my eye was Park Güell. I mean, we all know Park Güell, right? It's iconic.
For sure. Yeah.
But the guide specifically recommends going in autumn.
Interesting. Yeah, I can see that.
Have you been in autumn?
Oh, yeah. It's a whole different experience. All those summer crowds, gone.
Oh, nice.
And the park, it takes on this really special ambiance. Those mosaics, Gaudi's work, they're framed by the autumn foliage, those warm colors. It's really something else.
Wow, I bet. Like, the whole park becomes a work of art.
Exactly. And that crisp autumn air, right? Beautiful light, leaves crunching underfoot. It's like seeing Park Güell with fresh eyes.
That's a great way to put it. So from iconic park to, well, This next recommendation is right up my alley, I gotta say.
Hmm.
The guide suggests seeking out smaller, local neighborhood festivals.
Ah, I love those. You stumble upon something unexpected. It's not in the guidebooks. You just get a feel for the real rhythm of the city.
Yes, exactly. What kind of festivals are we talking about here?
Yeah. Oh, it varies so much. Like each neighborhood has got its own vibe, you know? Could be a fiesta celebrating a local saint.
Oh,
You
God.
get traditional music, dancing, tons of street food, or maybe it's a small craft market, you know? Local artisans selling their
I
work.
love those.
It's about those little moments, you know,
Hmm.
where you connect with the real heart of the city, one neighborhood at a time.
Perfectly said.
Okay.
Okay, last recommendation from the guide, and then I promise we'll let our listeners go actually explore Barcelona for
All
themselves.
right, let's hear it.
They suggest watching the sunset from Bunker del Carmel.
Ah, the bunker. A local favorite for sure.
It is.
Oh, yeah. You want to escape the city buzz, head up there, panoramic views of everything. And the guide's right, that autumn, winter light at sunset. Magical.
Oh, I can only imagine. Those golden hues right across the city. Wow. Okay, that is the perfect note to end on, I
It
think.
really is.
I mean, we've talked about so much, the energy, the festivals, the hidden corners,
And the food.
and the food, yes. I'm starving. But really, with all these amazing options, what kind of Barcelona will you discover this autumn or winter?
That's the best part, right? It's up to you. Whether you're drawn to the festivals, those quiet corners, or just, the warmth of the local culture, Barcelona in the cooler months, it's something special.
It really sounds like it. So to everyone listening, get out there, explore, embrace the unexpected, and you know what? Let us know what you find.
Yes. Share your discoveries. We'd love to hear about it.
Absolutely. Until then, happy travels, everyone.